Hi everybody, welcome back to A Gringo Sergipano. This is episode 14, where we're building the city of Kier. And today we're going to continue our project of filling in the kind of empty areas on this major peninsula. And we're going to build the community of Dranesville in this kind of central area here. That's really all I need to say about that. Let's get started. Alright, so Dranesville is going to be within this 4 little square area here. And I've thought about how I'm going to develop the rest of the area, so that's going to be there. I'm going to need to make some changes to the industrial area. It's just going to make sense. Let's see what I'm doing here. I'll show you. Okay, so the first thing you can see that I've done is I've cleared this section of the industrial area because it didn't work. I mean, there was really only one entrance that worked well, which means that it's not working well. You need kind of 2 sides to come in from. You don't need something to operate as kind of a cul-de-sac, but forcing that onto that avenue in a very awkward way just didn't work. So I'm going to have to move everything to this next block. Yeah, I mean, that just caused a lot of traffic, so the train station is over here in this block now. It just makes more sense. It should allow me to develop around it and not try to, like, it, you know, everything is set up for traffic to be able to flow well, so that's going to be helpful. Okay, yeah, so I've cleared out this entire space. That square in front of where the train station is going to be will eventually be developed with more industrial, but right now it's not really necessary. We don't have the demand for it, so it's just kind of, we're going to eventually need it. Let's kind of reserve this land for that. So that's enough with the industrial stuff. Let's focus on Dranesville now. And this is our opening grid. This is the section that's going to be high density, but it's mostly, you know, going to be kind of medium density the way the game has set things up. I've kind of zoned this so it has emerging downtown buildings, so it has Brooklyn and Queens. And those are kind of the things that we're going to have fill in this center here. And yeah, I mean, everything is going to kind of focus around this center area of the town. I guess I mean that literally because I've removed the center section. The tram is now going to go around in a square there that runs through the center of this. I haven't added any stops yet. I will much later. You know, we're going to have a centerpiece in the middle of this neighborhood, town, whatever it is. And that centerpiece is the Grand Mall. That's very suburban of me, but that's the way things are going to be here. We're going to have the whole town centered around this big, kind of weird-looking mall. Alright, so there's our core. I have moved the tram again. It is now running around this center road directly around the mall, so it's not as crazy. That way we can focus car traffic on the city square. But yeah, let's keep building. So this area does have a big kind of continuous grid system, like it's Miami or something, but you know, snow. So yeah, I mean, we kind of see where the grid will attach very easily into the other surrounding communities to Gerhardt, to the industrial area. What was the one I just built? Bellingham. Yeah, that one. Okay, so we have the full complement of grid sections here. This is ready to go. We just have to wait for these houses to pop up, and it might take a while just because that's the way things work. And I don't want to rush things because I don't want this giant death wave to come. I like to take my time with these things because there's an episode that's already aired with Palma that, that didn't go well. I kind of kept that behind the scenes, but there was a massive death wave and the city almost died. Alright, let's go ahead and add our transit lines to the city. We have already had tram line 3 running through Dranesville, but now I've added several stops, including a couple around the mall. But this is a massive tram line that runs all the way from Gerhardt all the way across the river into Gunham. So it does have a lot of length and hopefully will service a lot of people. Okay, so we've added Metro Line 3, which is the blue line. We've added 2 stops through Dranesville. This is by far the least utilized Metro line. I'm hoping that maybe we can get more usage out of it with our expansion into this area. Okay, and bus line 9 was already in existence. We've extended it just a little bit to add a couple more stops into Dranesville, which I think is good. And finally, bus line 21, which is a brand new line which will run across this avenue from Industrial through the center of Dranesville down to the center of Bellingham. So it's going to be a nice addition. Now, I talked about how this area is going to be future industrial use, but I've gone ahead and laid out the grid just so it makes sense that everything is set up so that I don't have to worry about it later. So there's that. And that's all she wrote for this one. I really like the way this turned out. It was I was like, let me try to do something different here. So I have the mall-based community. It feels oddly dystopian to me for whatever reason, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, next time we'll continue with our process of working on this peninsula. Until then, we'll see you. Have a good one. Take care.